Bobby. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Heather. I like how before Andrew sits down, there's a big shadow, like an ellipse comes across his screen. And he sits down.
Come on!
Andrew, make shadow puppets on the wall.
He can't hear you. We can all hear you. Andrew doesn't hear us for whatever reason.
Why can't he hear us?
I don't know.
Because he's lying and doesn't want to respond.
So I could talk shit the whole time about him.
Yeah,
and
we
he'd
literally
never
did
know?
a roast about him one day, the first 5 minutes of the show.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. This is like my whole life. No, it's more fun when you can hear me.
Yeah, well, like at 9 o'clock, I think he's a switch or something. He's able to hear us.
Oh.
What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? 9 o'clock. We're about to start the show for Friday Eve here on the big program. This program portion of the show brought to you in part by Lufka All Naturals in the Country Charm Plaza in Perrysburg. Memorable Lights, as well as another one of our sponsors. And I also want to tell you about our other good friends, the Lip Sense people. Who are the Lip Sense people, Connie? Your lip girls.
Gloss and Glam by Julie Ann.
Woo, there you go, Gloss and Glam by Julianne. Here we go.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
Andrew Z. How about that Andrew Z? I said Andrew Z. In the morning, it's time to wake up. Andrew Z. In the morning, yeah.
Come on! Welcome to the show, everybody. It is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. It's gonna be May. Very soon. The Chris Tiefel is up there on the top. In the cowboy hat, it's the Wolfman, Steve Wolf.
Hey!
Jake Dickey in the middle. Center square tonight is Denny Crum.
Where I should be.
Let's see, producer Holly is there. Colleen Z. Southside Gina. And right there in the lonely bottom, Sugar Vermont.
I'm not a lonely bottom. I have plenty of company.
Woo! What are you not?
I'm not a lonely bottom. I have plenty of company.
You do. What's going on, everyone? How's everybody doing? Go ahead, Colleen.
So, am I the only one that's like eternally grateful that this is happening in the evening so that I can drink alcohol and not pour it in the coffee cup and pretend like I'm drinking coffee?
Yeah,
not a
everybody's
problem I
day
have.
drinking. You don't have to hide it.
Not everybody.
Well, for the most part, though, a lot of
You're a
people,
liar.
A lot of people are doing.
I don't
it.
drink.
Yeah. He's weird. He's like Andrew.
Denny is what they call a teetotaler.
What is a teetotaler?
Yeah, what the hell is
Someone
that?
who doesn't drink.
Yep, and has never had alcohol or doesn't drink.
It's interesting because
Why teetotaler? What does that mean?
I don't
It's
know.
an
It
old-
came from
it's
like
an
the
old-
30s.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's an old
really?
expression. You're
Yeah.
totaling tea. That's all you drink.
oh,
I've always
water.
just called myself straight edge. That's the only term I've ever heard for somebody like me.
yeah, why have you never drank, Denny?
My dad was an alcoholic.
Oh,
Oh,
way
I
to-
guess
Yeah.
that's a good
way
reason.
to bring
Yeah,
the show down.
What's that?
Way to bring the show down.
Yeah, I do. Well, you want me to
No, I'm
answer
kidding.
it?
I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding.
So was my mom. I learned from watching her.
Yeah, the smart ones learn from their parents' mistakes, Steve.
So since we're
I just learned how to do it better.
Since Colleen's talking about alcohol, there's a surprising things the world is buying on lockdown around the world. Alcohol, of course, is on that list because I'm telling you, alcohol.
Is that surprising?
Alcohol sales have to be skyrocketing because people have gone from drinking one day 2 days, 3 days a week. I swear to God, Colleen could not even name the last day that she hadn't had a drink of alcohol. It's not even possible. So I know that a lot of other people are the same way, that the alcohol sales had to be up. And both wine and beer are both up.
I do remember the last time that I didn't have a drop of alcohol.
Let's hear.
It was March 15th. The day, actually, it was the 14th, the day before I got locked in the house with you.
Wine sales have rose by nearly 2/3 in the U.S. for the week ending March 21st. And in Spain, wine sales have jumped a massive 62% since the lockdown. Beer sales up 42% in the U.S., according to the latest stats. Some other things that are up. Go ahead, Gina.
Do you think that's because people are spending less time at the bars and so they're buying it? Like, just like my grocery bill is a lot higher, but it's not because we're eating more nights. It's because we're not eating out. So I spend more on groceries.
Oh, that's good math, honey. That's impressive. I never thought of that.
I didn't either. Go ahead, Jake.
Oh, I can't wait to get back to bartending. So, like, the first cocktail I make somebody, they're just going to bitch about it because it's not the same pour they do at home.
And where's the heavy-handed guy that was pouring it before? Oh, yeah, it was me. They say the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo's share price has soared to a 52-week high. Animal Crossing video game sales are increasing. They're saying around the world that's increasing. Legal marijuana in the Netherlands, where it's legal to buy marijuana, reports emerged of huge lines outside coffee shops where cannabis is sold before the country went into lockdown. Cigarettes are as well on the rise. I think a lot of unhealthy habits, because we're just like, whatever. Sales at French tobacco stores up 30%.
I'm going to die of Corona anyway. Might as well have fun with it.
Exactly. Potato chip sales are way up. In Spain, they're up 87%. In U.S., potato chip sales increased 30%. Chocolate sales are up, especially in the U.K. Ice cream sales are up 76% in Spain. In the U.S., ice cream sales were up 23% last week. Pet toys are up in the UK, and in U.S., online pet retailer Chewy is hiring 6,000 to 10,000 new employees in its warehouses just to keep up with demand. Go ahead, Dickie.
I feel like you listed off a lot of things there that had gluten, and it's just finally proven that gluten is bullshit.
I have a gluten allergy. No, bitch, you think you're special.
Like 3 people have a gluten allergy.
Right.
There's a
I know one person with a legit gluten allergy, and like they break out like when they have it. It's bad.
There was an old joke. It said, you know what? You've never heard anyone in Ethiopia when you drop rice, they're like, oh, I've got a gluten allergy. I can't take this rice.
Right.
If you're hungry enough, you're gonna eat it.
For anyone worried about us getting in trouble with like gluten lobbyists or people that have gluten allergies, it's okay. They're not strong enough to beat us up anyway.
Storage containers. Aussies have been stocking up plastic storage containers, Colleen, according to a Kmart. Sales have increased there. Let's see. Books in the UK have gone way up. We don't read around here. Sewing and knitting supplies were up in the UK. Seeds, lockdown, reportedly, fruit, gardening, vegetable seeds reportedly out of stock at Walmart U.S. sites. UK seed companies have reported a large spike in demand.
Not in Michigan.
Why?
They're just behind the yellow tape.
Go ahead, Sugar.
You can't buy them.
Go ahead, Sugar.
No, I am spending so much money on crap I don't need. I'm literally like on my other screen shopping on Amazon for cat socks right now. Literally, that is what I'm doing while I'm also chit-chatting. I'm like, I think I need some socks that look like kitties.
The other day, I had to tell Danny he was doing online poker. Focus on the show, please. Go ahead.
But there's so many
Even know I was playing until the next day, and I told you I was playing.
Go ahead, Dickie.
Aren't those and cat socks? Aren't those kitten mittens?
Are your cat's feet too loud?
Kitten mittens!
Wasn't that on Always Sunny?
Yeah, Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was when they were throwing patents on everything.
Home fitness products are home fitness products are way up. Guns are way up in America, of course. The gun we love our guns.
Anytime anything happens, guns is going up in America.
It doesn't matter. What? Yeah. What? We're short on meat. Got to get our guns. What?
Yeah.
I know my sister and her husband bought a couple
Oh my, I can't.
Yeah.
He
Well,
actually commented on our feed and said, "Don't forget ammo." Hi, Mike.
The Lakers won the NBA championship. Better go get some more guns.
Right, I know. It's
Patriots won another Super Bowl. Better go get some more guns. Like literally, like anything makes sense.
It's Tuesday. Better get some more guns.
I got to say hi to the moms on the show. Mama Z, my mom, and Mama Judy. And Melissa says, hi, Danny, as well.
Was that my sister?
Yeah.
Hi,
Let's
baby
see.
sister.
White towels. White towels. Strangely enough, shoppers in Australia have been buying more white towels during the pandemic, with discount store Kmart reporting they're
Racist.
struggling to keep them in stock.
What a weird thing to buy.
I know.
That's so weird.
Outdoor toys.
Maybe
are
people
up.
were buying that in lieu of toilet paper when they couldn't get it.
It's possible.
Damn.
Then you buy
towels.
brown ones, duh.
Outdoor toys are up 20% in the U.S. Legos worldwide are way up. Jigsaw puzzles are up. Hey, did you see? I saw online. You know how when you news feed they have those sponsored ads with all these kind of cool little gadgets. Like, have you seen the selfie drone? It's a drone where you just release it, or you just release it in the air, and it just goes at eye level and it takes pictures for you. And
Isn't that like every drone ever made?
But you don't. I don't know. No, but it follows you. Like if you go on a walk, it'll follow you, and it keeps track of where your face is, and it will just take video and picture. You haven't seen it's called
Andrew,
the selfie
Sugar,
drone.
and I need those for full body shots.
Okay, first of all,
Sugar isn't going to buy one of those because that's how the lizard people watch you.
exactly. That was what I was gonna say. Don't give the lizard people a foothold into your life. Don't let their technology follow you around.
Regrets. You
She,
should
says,
never.
Well,
she says as she has Siri in her hand.
Right.
Yeah, while I'm over here, like Alexa, order me one of those drones.
It's called the Air Selfie. It's on a selfie drone. It's like $100 or something. But anyway, these ads that come up, the other one I see, and I think maybe because I click on them all the time, so I get other ones. They have now. They'll take your picture, like any picture you send them, and they'll make it a jigsaw puzzle. Isn't that
that's
cool?
That's been like a while.
I've thought about doing that. There's one where you can send a picture in and they'll make it into a painting. I thought about doing that for like my fiance
Yeah,
sometime.
a couple of those we've done actually. They're really good. Go ahead, Tifel.
There's this really cool one out there that it's like the DNA testing. Only you send in your DNA profile and they type it and everything, and then they make a piece of art out of it on it that you can hang up on your wall. Like they take your DNA and they color it and they do the whole thing, and it looks really cool. Like
I've made artwork with DNA too, but nobody wants to see it.
I try to tell my fiance I'm an artist.
Sugar, go ahead.
So now
My
you're going to give
canvas.
the lizard people your DNA too? Y'all are stupid.
Yeah, I do it, but I'm encouraging everybody else to do it.
Sugar has to have one of those MAGA hats with the tinfoil, made out of tinfoil. It would be amazing.
I don't, but I do like a nice hat.
See, I knew it. There's something. One of the other cool products I've seen lately is that you take your phone and then you flip up the screen and it turns your phone into like a 15 to 20 inch television. So it's just like a piece of magnifying glass that so it's a straight pole. And in the backside of the pole, you put your phone, and then you flip this magnifying glass up, and it makes a cool television out of your phone. It's big. It's like the size two pieces of paper put together. It's a nice size phone. That was a cool one as well that I've seen.
But then I can't Facebook and everything while I'm watching television.
I know, yeah, it's true. Board games are way up. UK.
So you'll be forced to sit there and actually watch the show or movie.
I know. I tell you,
That's probably a good thing for most of us.
It sounds like torture.
When we're watching something, Colleen put the phone down or I turn it off because I have put my phone down.
Oh, and let me say, like, I Ashley, like, I'll have Ashley watching a show, and like she'll be sitting there Facebooking, and then 15 minutes will go by, and then she'll be like, "Wait, what just happened?"
I know.
And then we'll have to rewind the
Oh my
whole
God,
thing
dude.
because she wanted to sit there and look on Instagram.
Yeah,
Again, I feel like I really need to be besties with your fiance.
You like, I'm putting my foot down on that, Colleen. No, like you got that won't be bad for me. It will be bad for Andrew.
All
That
good.
it won't be good for anyone.
Okay, I'll
around.
just go all the way around you. I have her on my Facebook. So
All right, so anyway, board games. What's your favorite board game of all time, or maybe just game in general?
Are we talking about board game or game?
I guess game. We can open it up to game. Go ahead.
Just like video games, I can do video games.
No, I don't think like an old school game. Go ahead, Sugar.
If it's just board games, then absolutely Risk. Absolutely.
Risk is fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, for me, there's a game called Pit, And
I don't know what that is.
If you guys have ever played have you ever played Oranges or Spoons? Where you get 4 of a kind, and then you grab the spoon or the orange out of the middle of the table. Pit is kind of like that, but it's.
Are you Amish?
What do you mean?
Like, I won the game. I got a spoon.
Go ahead, Gina.
We found a new game called Telestrations, and it's so funny. So you roll the dice and pick a word on a card, and then you have to write. It's like you get these little flip books. You write the word, you flip it, and then you draw it, and you pass it to the person next to you. They have to guess it. So then they write the word, and then they draw it, and then they pass it. And it's almost like, remember that game, like Operator or Telephone or whatever, where you whisper in people's ear? It's like that. And by the time it gets back to you, you see how it progressed.
So wait,
to the last one,
Bella's
word was bull, and by the end, when it got to me, I guess dragon, because that's what it looked like. So, and it's pretty fun.
Game.
What game, Tiefel?
I forget what the name is, but basically it got really dirty really fast. You folded the paper like 7 times, and then somebody wrote the word. Then the next person had to draw what that word was, but then the next person could only see the picture because you folded it. They didn't know what the word is, so they had to guess the word, and it got dirty really, really fast. Really fast. And I had a pastor sitting next to me.
The only one that would play, the only one that would hang out with Tiefel would be his pastor. His pastor's like, are there any other families in the congregation that want to have me over tonight? No, you sure? All right. Tiefel's been asking me every Sunday.
It wasn't my pastor.
Every Sunday for 20 years, I guess it's time. Denny, go ahead.
I would either Cards Against Humanity is always a classic, and then but there's also a board game that I used to love playing, and they haven't made a new one in a while, so it got kind of old. Seen It, where you had to watch clips of movies, and it was basically a movie.
That's a good one. I like that one.
And they had brands like TV shows and stuff like that, and it's basically stuff that I kicked everyone's ass at. It was fun.
Of course, dude, you're too competitive. You would annoy the crap out of me.
Man, I'm super competitive. Whenever I'm playing anything with my 7-year-old, I'm wanting to whoop his ass. We play video games, and my fiance is like, "Why don't you let him win?" I'm like, "No, he's got to learn how to beat me." When
have you played Uno with
let him win? Yo, yeah, I whooped his ass at Uno. It's bad. You don't want none of this smoke at Uno.
He's trash talking a 7-year-old. Holly, go ahead.
Yeah, if you're watching Justy, I still own you at Uno.
Hopefully your 7-year-old's not watching.
I like the classic board games like Life, Clue, Monopoly.
Yeah, we have all those too.
Oh yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah, we have the junior versions of some of these games, and I whoop his ass at those too. I don't care.
Go ahead, Jake.
Mousetrap, man, that was my favorite game as a kid.
How did you even get it set up? Mousetrap is one of those things that you play it once, and then after you tear it down, it's the most tedious thing to set back up.
Dude,
me and my sister used to play it all the time when I was a kid.
Oh man, I hated setting that damn game up.
Gina, go ahead.
When we first learned about lockdown, I went and spent $250 on board games.
Oh damn!
God. Have they been playing them?
Yeah, we've been playing the crap out of them. We have Life, Boggle, Clue.
Cool.
I bought that. I think we already talked about before. I bought the Fast Monopoly with the credit card.
Yeah.
Oh, how is that?
Oh, it's amazing. At first, I was like, "This is not how you play." I got all get off my lawn. Bullshit! This isn't how you play Monopoly. That's not how you do it. Where are the hotels? It was really bad.
We had to.
After a while, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is great because you can actually play a whole game."
We played 2 games that I liked. The Pizzaopoly, and to where you instead of getting hotels, you'd collect pieces of pizza like sausage pizza, pepperoni pizza.
Obviously,
Supreme
they were
pizza.
teeny tiny little cardboard pieces and not actual pieces of pizza because Andrew would have won.
Oh yeah, and the other one I like is that taco game you got where you got to build a taco, which is it's a stupid little game, but I loved it. It was fun. Go ahead, Holly.
We have the Cheaters edition of Monopoly.
Oh, it's fun.
That game is cutthroat.
Do I get to say my favorite?
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, Sugar, go ahead.
Well, I don't own this game, but I played it before my friend had it. It was called Ghettopoly. I think it was yanked from the market, but instead of
sounds racist.
I know.
It was generic ghetto. It could be any kind of ghetto. But instead of the train stations or whatever they are, they had hair shops. and we would play it like the
Not racist at
The
all.
liquor store.
Well, I love hair shops. Who are you talking
Was there a
to,
check
girl?
cash and stuff?
Check action place. Of
Yes,
course.
there was. Yes, there was. No, but listen, I go to these hair stores, and there's actually a mathematical equation. The deeper the hood, the better the hair store.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, you
Well,
know
that's just facts.
Yeah, that's facts.
What is a hair store?
Oh, honey, let me tell you. You
Oh
got
my God, Tiefel's that white.
you got your Star Beauty, you got your beauty supply, but they sell weave, they sell hair bonding glue.
So why would you
knock
just call
off
that
jewelry.
a beauty store?
It's where I buy my hair.
It's
Don't
the hair
question
store.
me again. It's the hair store, honey.
That's what it's called, Tiefel.
All right, go
Okay, and like, but you go to the hood, they have like these amazing like Beyonce wigs. They got like the Cher wigs. You go to mommy, it's like old granny like going to church wig. Like, no, you got to go to the hood if you want the good shit.
Okay, Denny, go ahead.
Well, Monopoly almost ended my relationship one night. We were playing, and
You were overplaying, and she got
no. We were playing, and I was losing pretty bad. But we play where you put like all the fines and stuff like that in the middle. If you hit free parking, you get all that money. So I started mortgaging properties and I put hotels. Like I did it smart. I would mortgage my cheaper properties, put the hotels up on my more expensive properties, and then I hit the middle, and I was able to unmortgage and put hotels up on everything. And then I came back and whooped everyone's ass. And that's the maddest I've ever seen Ashley get at me. She didn't talk to me for 2 days.
You
Was
don't
it very-
I'm mad at Monopoly like that. My cousin put a hotel on Park Place, and I flicked it because I was pissed, and I just flicked the hotel off. I was like, "F you and your hotels."
Yeah, she was so mad because she had me. She was really close to beating me, and then she sees me putting hotels up while she goes, "You can't put hotels up while you have properties mortgage." And I'm like, "Show me in the rules where it says you can't do that."
You were that guy.
So then she starts landing on my hotels, and I start unmortgaging properties, putting hotels up on those. She got so mad.
You can't bring up the rules in that instance because then everything else falls apart. The pot in the middle isn't part of the rules. Free parking, getting
The whole thing
all that
screws
stuff.
up. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Okay,
I still won.
So my favorite board game of all time is Dream Phone.
There's
I
what?
know you.
What?
I know you old girls over here remember Dream Phone.
Did you see
Dream
they're,
phone.
they're coming out with a new Mall Madness?
What?
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know what you
Hey,
mean.
Mall Madness
that
was
was
fun.
just being funny. No, seriously, my favorite board game is Backgammon.
Backgammon? Backgammon? Jake, go ahead.
So my buddy Colin, he just sent me a message that said he's from Adrian, and they have Adrianopoly, and there's no jail in Adrian, but you can go to court up to 4 times.
Is that true? Is that a true story?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he actually told me about Adrianopoly before when we were just shooting the breeze on the phone.
Go ahead.
There is a Toledopoly.
Yeah, go ahead, Tifel.
I was just gonna say when I was younger, my mom was babysitting a couple of kids down the street, and I'm embarrassed to say that I played Dream Phone, and I won.
I know who it is, and I'm not telling. Ha ha.
Go ahead, Denny.
You know they actually have Monopoly National and World Championship tournaments.
Really?
Yeah, like the national tournaments usually held in Vegas. I watched this whole documentary on it one night because I was crazy bored. But it was really good and really interesting.
So, Danny, what place did you come in?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking,
I should. I'm really good at
Speaking
Monopoly.
of which, real quick, so we started. We ran out of shows we wanted to watch last night. So after we were done with the podcast, we started watching the Casey Anthony.
The Casey Anthony who killed Kaylee Anthony
story.
Was that the one that's got 4 parts to
It's
it?
the one on ID. It's 3 parts, and it's got like the cops that were involved. It's got the grandma, the grandpa, a best friend of them was involved, and so we got through part 1. We're gonna do part 2 tonight. But
and I just have to say that when Kaylee Anthony was killed, my oldest daughter was around her age. And now
Started watching her behavior, like, oh shit, I gotta get it together.
No, like seriously,
Colleen, you got to stay home. You got to try to be a mom. You
my
end up
heart
like,
was breaking. Like I'm sitting there almost in tears because I'm looking at this little girl and she just seems so happy and like carefree. And then I'm like, oh my god, how could you do that? And I'm like looking
know.
at Josie and I'm like, what kind of monster does that?
I forgot some of the you when you go back, you really start to relive some of when it was going on, and I forget how big that story was. It's crazy. All right, back to this list real quick. Stuff that people are buying more of. Hair dyes, another one. Connie bought hair dye. Beard trimmers and hair clippers are way up. Top half clothing. Some white collar workers are keeping up appearances for online video meetings, and so they're buying a new top half. Matter of fact, Walmart said 39% increase in sales of tops, but not bottoms.
Hey, Andrew.
Rude. How dare they discriminate against me?
Go ahead, Tifo.
So this Florida Superior Court judge sent out a mass email to court officers and lawyers and stuff, basically reminding them that yes, you're at home and you're doing Zulu meetings for court stuff, but you still need to dress professionally. So apparently, lawyers were getting on Zulu meetings. There was at least one that got into the court hearing still laying in bed. There have been ones that have gone in shirtless, sitting by the pool drinking a drink. They've had them in t-shirts, tank tops. This stuff.
Where are these attorneys? Because I feel like I need one.
Right. I'm going to commit a crime, Daddy.
Apparently it was bad enough to send a mass letter out.
Go ahead, Denny.
So speaking of Walmart clothes, did you see the story about a lady that saw a wrestling WWE NWO shirt? There was the old faction in the 90s called the NWO, and they thought that Walmart was pressing the one world government agenda. And they were like, yeah, well, Walmart's part of the one world government. They're trying to push this agenda on us to take over our country.
You have to do the Southern accent when you do that.
America. Go ahead, Gina.
I'm from the South. It's okay. I can do that.
Did you guys hear about the ABC reporter Will Reeves?
Yes.
We did a whole report, and he only had on his top half. And he was wearing shorts on his body. He was only you couldn't even tell he was wearing shorts because his jacket hung over. He did have to assure everybody later that he was wearing shorts, but he said he tweeted something later like, I finally made it, just in the most embarrassing way possible.
Because no one had ever heard of Will. What's his name?
Will Reeves.
Will Reeves until that's the only thing he's famous for. You remember a couple years ago, NBC had this girl reporter, and she was covering some floods or something, and she was in a canoe. And the camera,
yes,
the cameraman behind her was just standing there. And after the live shot, she got out of the canoe and was just walking. No, someone walked by her.
Yeah, there were dudes like walking behind her, like the water's up to their ankle.
Yeah, she's in the canoe and people are just walking behind her live shot behind the canoe. Oh my god! All right, other stuff that they're buying more of, loungewear right now is up 433% in the UK. Anchovies and tuna are up. People are turning to canned foods. U.S. says stocking up on tuna with sales up 142% last week.
All
Holly. It was Holly buying air freshener.
And that was a myth. We like the smell of fresh lumber and new flannel, not tuna.
Tuna is up to 13 cents a can now.
No, listen, y'all love tuna cans, truck exhaust. There's all kinds of lesbian scents. You can't even walk past like the scissor section in Joann Fabrics without y'all breaking into a hate.
Well, wait. I am not a lesbian, but I love the smell of a diesel.
Well, maybe you're a lesbian.
Maybe you are.
Well, I mean, I'm
might
married
want
to
to
Andrew.
parlay that into some fun later, Andrew.
Right?
I'm married to Andrew. I very well could be.
Olives and olive oil are up in Spain, up 93%.
Wait. Andrew's who you choose as your beard?
Clearly, I'm the beard. He's the feminine one. God.
Mozzarella's up, especially in Italy. It's become a hot commodity. It's gone up 125%. Let's see, flour and yeast are the last couple. In the U.S., the sales of yeast have spiked 647%. People are trying to make their own bread and stuff. I love watching the people that are making stuff.
People are trying to make their own beer.
Now, how about making your own wine here?
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Holly.
I cannot find yeast anywhere. I wanted to make some homemade pretzels.
Ooh, that's a good
have
one.
Nowhere.
I have yeast in the cabinet if you want some.
Yeah, we'll get you some.
Better ask your lesbian chat groups. I'm sure a couple of them have used.
I got some
Thank you,
yeast at
sugar.
home if you
Thank
need
you.
it. Holly, I got some yeast.
All right.
I never want pretzels ever again in my life. Thanks, Jen.
All right.
You're welcome.
That's kind of stuff that people are buying during the quarantine. This portion of the show brought to you in part by our friends at...
Okay, everybody. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me is...
Matthew Haas.
We are the co-hosts of the All Too Real 2 podcast. On All Too Real 2, we tackle pop culture topics such as watching and reviewing direct-to-DVD sequels.
We review any and every all direct-to-video movies of all time.
That we review so you don't have to.
Yeah.
We also cover pop culture topics, like the history of Halloween, misconceptions, and things of that nature.
It's very educational and entertaining.
And we've just started doing interviews with people from Hollywood and people from pop culture, such as Larry Hankin, which we just interviewed recently, who you know from Seinfeld and Friends, and Billy Madison, among other things. So where can they find our podcast, Matt?
And they can find it at iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and any other place that you can find podcasts on.
Just tune in and enjoy.
This portion of the show also brought to you in part by DMX Lawn and Landscape. Y'all gonna make them do your lawn.
Up in here. Up in here.
All right, and then also, Danny, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I just want to give a shout out to Michael Cullen, the host of that podcast. Great guy, super smart, super talented, a great director from the Toledo area. He's directed a couple of movies that I've been in.
He's killed me twice.
He killed Andrew once.
He killed me once too.
He's a hero just for those two things. So,
and then he let me drive the car over Andrew.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really a sandbag.
And he's just one of my favorite humans. Like, talent aside, he's just one of my favorite humans.
Great guy, super talented. And please support his podcast. It's super entertaining.
How come I've never been in one of these movies?
I know.
You can be.
Yeah, just gotta hit them up. Sure.
If you like their Facebook page, Cullen Park Productions, they do roll calls all the time, or casting calls. That's what they're called, all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
fool me
obviously
once.
not right now.
Fool me once on a casting couch. Shame on me. Fool me a second time. I probably had sex with that dude again.
Sometimes I forget who I'm talking to.
I was I just did I filmed another one for him. First he had a Elf on the Shelf run me over and kill me.
That was the one. I was actually the lead in that one.
Yeah, so it was that one, and then the one that I just did about 3 or 4 months ago. I played an Alex Jones crazy conspiracy theorist talk show host. And,
so you're just normal.
I don't know when
he wore a wig.
I don't know when he's finishing that one, but go ahead.
Wait
Sugar.
a minute.
Go ahead, Sugar. What were you gonna say?
Well, I feel like I need to listen to the ad again because I thought you guys were punking me because I thought it was like Trump's lawyer, like Michael Cohen, and I was like, "Wait, you don't understand why?"
No, it's Cullen, Cullen, not Cohen.
You thought it was you thought it was a parody spot. You thought
I was like, "Wait, what?"
Cullen, Cullen Park.
Cullen. Got it.
Yeah,
if you say that name again, Gina will explode.
All right.
I was like, well, maybe it is the vampire. Maybe he's a sparkly gay vampire. I don't know this person.
Hey, this is kind of interesting to me. A friend of mine I went to school with, I played baseball with, actually, Jimmy Edmonds. Have you ever heard of Jimmy Edmonds? Jim Edmonds? Jim Edmonds.
I think Dickie and I might be the only two, but it's kind of surprising.
Well, he may be a baseball Hall of Famer. I mean, he's got the numbers where he could be.
He should be.
He played for 15 years, 20 years.
He won several Golden Gloves.
Played for the Angels.
He won the World Series in 2006, I believe.
Was it the Cardinals?
Yeah.
I'm still pissed off about that because they beat the Tigers.
Yeah.
So Jim Edmonds.
Who hasn't?
Jim Edmonds, really. Jim Edmonds is so he's a really good baseball player. Right when he started playing the majors, I stopped following baseball, so I didn't follow his career. So when his name came up, I didn't realize how good he really did in the majors. He just I don't know when he retired, but I mean he's probably 10 years ago. I'm guessing
it says his career ended February 18th, 2011.
11. Okay, that's almost 10 years ago. Anyway, so we played. We lived in Diamond Bar, California. And it's funny, when my mom bought the house in Diamond Bar, the realtor told her, "Oh, you're gonna love this house. It's Diamond Bar. It's a great community. They're building a brand new high school, Diamond Bar High School." So we buy the house. Well, Diamond Bar High School gets built, and we find out that it's so popular, the explosion of people is so big, they were splitting the town in half. So half the people got to go to Diamond Bar High School. The other half were bused to the ghetto of Pomona, California, at a school called Ganesha. And I mean, it's drug capital. You couldn't walk around in Pomona. I mean, so we're all these Diamond Bar kids were getting bused to Pomona. Of course, I was on the bad side. Once they found out they were going to get to go to the school, people tried to sell their houses. People were trying to move in with friends. People were trying to do fake addresses. Like the school would have to follow them home to make sure that they really lived there because people didn't want to go to Ganesha.
It seems excessive.
Especially at this time, there was a miniseries called Roots, which basically highlighted the slave trade, the slave trade from Africa that brought them into America. So at Ganesha, there was just a small contingent of white kids that were all from Diamond Bar. The rest of the school was black. I mean, 85% of the enrollment of the school is black. So all of a sudden, all the white kids started getting beat up because everyone was watching Roots at the time, and they were getting so pissed at the white dude, they would come to school and start beating the crap out of us at school. And not me, because I hung out with all the black guys, so I was cool.
I've met your friends. Mm-hmm. Quite a few of them, and they all said you were the bad influence.
No,
every one of them.
Just getting dangerously close to the "I have a black friend" excuse.
Well, except that all my friends were black, so you can't use that one. Colleen's met most of them.
Except for Shelly, that was it.
Well, she's a girl, yeah. So she slept with all the black dudes, though. Okay, so
casual racism and slut shaming all in one sentence.
I know, right?
She would admit
all the boxes.
She probably would
Andrew.
admit it. I mean,
so anyway, Jim lived on the good side of town. He got to go to Diamond Bar. We played baseball together. He wasn't even the best baseball player in the Little League. I mean, that's how good the Little League was. Go ahead, Danny.
Well, and just to think, if you were just living in his house and he was living in your house, you would have made it to the majors, and he'd be sitting here talking to us right now.
Oh my God!
I don't think he'd be so heavy on the black thing, though.
Baseball requires a lot of running. I don't see that happening.
I was not.
I mean, that's where they're
high school.
That's where their paths. That's where their paths forked. I mean, Jim and Andrew were on the same path. Andrew was on his way to the majors, and then they put him in the bad high school. And
yeah. So
he developed an eating disorder, and
he just went into a Dunkin' Donuts and didn't leave for 10 years.
Hey, Colleen. Apparently, you don't watch a lot of baseball because you're forgetting like the Tiger great Cecil Fielder. He was a big boy. You only have to run in short bursts. 90 feet. That's
yeah,
it.
90 feet.
Yeah.
You just got to get to the next base, baby.
If you're that big, you can knock the ball over the thing, and you can just jog.
So Jim,
I mean, you just got to juggernaut it to first base.
Jim was a friend of mine, and then I didn't watch him because I didn't watch baseball for that time he was there. So I don't even consider him I don't consider him a celebrity at all. I just know him as a friend, and I haven't talked to him in years. But I told you guys in the group. I mean, if someone's going to know who I am and know my name, then I consider them that I know him because we grew up together. But anyway, he was all over like Fox News and Page 6 in the New York Post. I'm like, well, what did he do? So I guess he was with, he hits back at his ex Megan's claim his child support barely buys groceries. His estranged wife is Megan King Edmonds, again in the wake of her comments latest comments about their split. This time was about child support. And I guess she's from the Real Housewives of Orange County, which is hysterical.
Oh, God.
Formerly she was on the Real Housewives of Orange County. She implied to a fan in the comments on one of her Instagram posts that her retired MLB star ex hasn't been paying enough child support for their 3 kids after a follower accused her of raking it in. And here's what she said. She said, "Girl, I have a career, thank you very much. The child support in not buying me gold and baubles, B-A-U-B-L-E-S. It barely buys groceries for my tribe," referring to her 3 kids, 3-year-old daughter, Aspen, 2-year-old twin sons, Hayes and Hart. Well, Jim's rep says that that's not true. He told Page 6 on April 29th to challenge Megan's assertion, quote, "We're not going to give numbers because it's not no one's business, but if what Jim is giving to Megan each month for child support doesn't cover groceries, she must be getting her eggs from the Fabergé store."
Man.
Damn.
You know, it reminds me of a Jerry Reed song. You know what? She got the gold mine and I got the shaft.
Right?
Hey, and there's another adage I got to give you. You know, my late grandfather used to say this. Whenever you got $1 in your hand, there's always going to be some son of a gun out there that wants $2.
That's true. Go ahead, Denny.
Well, I'm just gonna say, man, like I've never paid. Child support's my number one biggest fear in the world. Like, like I think people that are afraid of snakes, people that are afraid of flying, like child support is where that's at for me. But so like where I work at, and most people make about the same amount of money where I work at, and I've seen how much child support takes out of some of their checks. And they don't make near the money that Jim Edmonds made.
Right.
So I can imagine how much they're taking out of him from him. So
you got to look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, when he got divorced, hey, he got socked for about $750 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we both got a bonus check one time. I think the bonus check was for like $2,500, and he got like $600 out of it. And I was just like.
Jesus.
I was like, oh my God, man. Like that's why child support is my biggest fear. So there's no way that he's not paying enough child support for you not to be able to afford groceries.
Go ahead,
Well,
Sugar.
I mean, the kids need caviar.
Yeah. Sugar, go ahead.
I would just like to state for the record, I am so glad I can't get some hoe accidentally pregnant. Also, it's a good thing that I can't get accidentally pregnant. Jesus.
You talk about not wanting to work. You ain't never going back to work. Danny, go ahead.
And there's like an episode of Chappelle's Show where he's like doing this Cribs episode, and like he goes into like the fridge. He's like, yeah, it's a dinosaur egg, baby. There's only 2 of these in the world. And he picks it up and cracks it open to eat it as an omelet. And like, it's like so I can imagine like that's got to be what Jim Edmonds' wife is doing, is just eating dinosaur eggs.
Well, according to the former baseball star, Jim also pays according to his lawyer, or rep rather, Jim pays every bill for both of their homes, all the medical bills, practically every other expense related to kids in the house. He continually goes above and beyond what is required for her. Jim's rep further says that it's an insult to all single mothers who are genuinely struggling financially and working multiple jobs to make ends meet. Someone also needs to tell Megan that child support is not for gold and baubles. I guess they split last October in the wake of a sexting scandal and have been at odds often in the media ever since. Girl, when he was on the road, he was banging chicks. If you're just worried about a sexting now all of a sudden, give me a break.
Was he the one sexting? Because I need to do some Google searches.
I'm sure he was. Danny, go ahead.
Yes!
It just reminded like a few years ago, I want to say it was 50 Cent was in the news. One of his baby moms tried to, so she was getting like $50,000 a month, and she tried to take him back to court for more.
Oh my God.
And the judge reduced it down to like 11,000. So I mean, like, so it's still a lot. I mean, like, still like if 50 Cent, if you want to pay me $11,000 to watch your kid, I'll do it. But but yeah, to bring it down, she wanted more than 50,000 and ended up losing like $30,000.
That was a bad move.
Yeah.
Hey, before the show started, Tiefel jumped on the Zoom, and I was singing, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Rapey.
And I wonder where you are."
No.
And then he's like, that song is so rapey. I'm like, what are you talking about?
How is that song rapey?
I know, "Hello" by Lionel.
It's not the song. It's not the song itself.
Shrek.
It's the music video for the song. Lionel Richie plays a college professor lusting after a young college girl that has no idea who he is, and then creepily calls her in the middle of the night.
Well, Andrew was singing the song. He wasn't reenacting the video.
I wasn't saying. I was just making the comment about the video. That's all it was.
But here's the thing: is it's Lionel Richie for Illinois. It's one of the greatest love songs of all time. And I remember the video. She was blind. The student was blind.
That makes it even creepier. He's lusting after a blind girl who can't even see him. Doesn't even know he exists.
I mean, just because she can't see him doesn't mean she doesn't know he exists.
They never actually
That's kind of
interacted.
ableist.
No, they never actually interacted in the video.
Go ahead, Jake.
Chris, haven't you heard "Love Is Blind"?
Yeah, exactly. So, do you have words to prove that, or was this just the video side of things?
That was just the video side for that particular one.
So then we started talking about songs that I don't know. Chris has got songs that are very rapey in his head.
I'm sure he has a whole playlist songs to rape to.
What's another song that you said was rapey? Obviously, the obvious one is "Baby It's Cold Outside." Everyone for years has been saying that he slipped her something in her drink and whatever. But go ahead, Gina.
It's not rapey, but it's totally crazy. Mariah Carey's "Always Be My Baby." It's like Psycho.
Why?
Like, you'll always be a part of me. I'm part of you indefinitely.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Well, you're never gonna shake me. You'll always be my baby. It's creepy.
Why do I have a feeling that'd be Colleen's theme song if we ever broke up? Look
That's
at her eyes.
totally. While she's singing it while she's boiling bunnies on your stove.
I got a song for you.
I would never boil bunnies.
Go ahead, Wolf.
All right. How about Vehicle from the Ides of March back in the 70s?
I don't know. What
Never heard that song.
No.
None of us
Never
were
heard
alive.
it? Well, I'm the friend, the stranger in the black sedan. Won't you hop inside my car? I got pictures, I got candy. I'm a lover man. I can take you to the nearest star.
Super
I'm your vehicle, baby. Something like that.
Wow,
That's
that is
creepy.
super rapey. Go ahead.
Totally
Jake.
get in that van though. That sounds fun.
Sugar. Jake.
Dude, is it me or when he was singing that, did he sound like Jay Leno for a second?
Yeah, he did kind of sound like Jay Leno. Yeah. Go ahead, Danny.
I like how Sugar won't do the drone selfie, but she'll definitely jump into a rape van.
I mean, yeah, that just makes sense, right? Like that's
Yeah,
how. That's
sure.
That's just usual.
All right, go ahead. So, Tifel, what are some other rapey
So
rapey
I
songs
put
you-
together a
List?
small list of rapey, otherwise generally creepy or troublesome sounding songs.
Okay.
First one is a nice easy one for people to ease into the list is Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke.
Yeah. Why? What are the
That's a good one.
The entire song is about him trying to take advantage of a drunk girl in a club.
Whatever. That's on my sex playlist. Don't come for it.
I just want to say I have one. I'll let Tifo do his list, and then then I'll do mine.
All right, go ahead.
And then, of course, you've got "Every Breath You Take" by the Police.
I'll be watching you.
That's that entire thing.
Oh, I got
That
one.
is-
I got one.
that
Go ahead, Tifo. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
And then a lesser known one people don't really think about, "Maggie May" by Rod Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That entire song is about him having been basically abducted by an older lascivious woman and not letting him go. She's basically sexually seduced him and taken him away from his family and everything he's known.
Really?
And he can't get away from her.
And her name was Maggie May, obviously from the song.
It
Right?
was just Maggie.
Or Maggie.
Because the song.
Maggie,
around there.
I couldn't let you
Now,
anymore. Right?
And now here's one that you wouldn't think was was troublesome, at least because of the artist. But Sarah McLachlan's "Possession."
What are some of the words on that one? Or what
And
does it
I would be
describe?
the one to hold you down, kiss you so hard, I'll take your breath away. And after I'd wiped away the tears, just close your eyes, dear.
Oh God!
I'm into it. I'm very into it.
Shut up, Sarah, you weirdo.
she yeah, that was a weird one. And then she goes and sings about saving dogs.
Oh, I know. I know.
There.
Go ahead, Jake.
Oh,
Jake.
Young Girl by Gary Puckett.
see, I thought that one too, but I actually looked it up.
Did you look at the lyrics?
Yes, the lyrics, but the actual song is about he was dating this girl, then he found out she was too young, and that's the whole song is him kicking her out of his life because she lied to him.
What were the lyrics, Jake, that you found?
Young girl, get out of my mind. My love for you is way out of line. Better run, girl. You're much too young, girl.
I mean, the only troublesome part of that is he's threatening her with some violence if she doesn't leave.
That's the only okay. That's pretty bad though.
Yeah.
See, the one that I go ahead, Gina. Go ahead, Gina.
My Sharona, because of the whole Corona thing, that song keeps popping up, and that song is super rapey and creepy.
Like
It's,
how? Like what's it about?
He says, "Come a little closer." Always get it up for the younger kind. I can't hold on. Let me look. I'll tell you.
Here,
Okay.
while she's
she looks
looking
it
it
up,
up,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I got one more, and then I have two honorable mentions.
Okay.
Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones.
Yes.
And I'll let you. And I never thought about it. But I'll let you. I'll say the lyrics here. It goes, "Old Coast slave ship bound for the cotton fields, sold in a market down in New Orleans. Scarred old slaver knows he's doing all right. Hear him with the women just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good?"
Jesus.
It's about raping slaves.
Super
Yeah.
racist. Jesus. Go ahead, Sugar. Go ahead.
No one said Michael Jackson. No one has said Pretty Young Thing. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Yeah, I think he's had enough criticism, which I'm just leaving that alone.
Go ahead, Gina.
Michael Jackson's an easy target.
There will not be Michael Jackson slander in my presence.
Go ahead,
And
Gina.
I still like his songs, but he did like to diddle little kids.
He did.
No, we didn't.
My Sharona is
No proof.
Never gonna stop. Give it up. Such a dirty mind. I always get it up for the touch of the younger kind.
Oh.
When you're gonna give me that gift? When you're gonna me that gift? It's just a matter of time, Sharona. I'm sure about virginity. Yeah, it's super creepy.
Yeah, man. And you look at that one, that My Sharona, which is by the Knack, which is famous. The one Brown Sugar by it's on probably
Rolling
the greatest
Stone.
hits album on the Rolling Stones albums. That's crazy. Go ahead, Denny.
Well, so this is how you guys know I'm super objective when it comes to this, because Beyonce, there's nobody loves Beyonce more than me.
Right.
If there is, listen, if me and my fiance have a standing agreement, if I ever get 15 minutes with Beyonce, it's totally cool. Me, her, and I will still be together. But Destiny's Child, no, part 2. The hook is you'll be saying no when it's really yeah.
Oh yeah.
The first verse is, boy, I know you want me, I can see it in your eyes, but you keep fronting, won't you say what's on your mind? Like, if you keep acting this way, you're going to lose my love. I mean, it's
So Beyonce defense, because what she's talking about in that song is that he acts differently in front of his friends than he does when it's just her and him.
Oh,
I think that's Say My Name, because this is like definitely like.
No, he's blowing her off, but he really wants her. Go
yeah,
ahead.
it's that's what it's all about. It's about him acting different in front of his boys.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Colleen.
And
Father Figure by George Michael.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy. You know, another one is you talked about Sugar Pretty Young Thing by Michael Jackson, but another one that he was part of, but they give the singing credit to Rockwell. Somebody's Watching Me. I always feel like somebody watching me.
How is that? I mean, I don't know all the lyrics. How is that one?
No privacy. When I come home at night, I close the door real tight, and then it talks about just some dude checking this dude out all the time, like in the shower. When I'm in the shower, I'm afraid to wash my hair. I don't know the lyrics. I didn't look it up just off the top of my head.
I'm afraid to open my eyes and see someone standing there.
Yeah, isn't it? It's creepy. Go ahead, Colleen.
The Police. Every Breath I Take.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one right here.
I just said that earlier.
Yeah, people said that one in his list.
I called it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I missed that one.
I got 2 honorable mentions.
Quick, because we have a guest.
All right. First, and these are just kind of weird. Delilah by Tom Jones, which was recorded in 1967, and the entire song is about him being cheated on, and he stands outside his girlfriend's house watching her cheat on him, and then waits until morning until the guy leaves, confronts her, and then just stabs her. So the entire song, he's just waiting for the police to show up and begging the corpse of his dead girlfriend to forgive him.
Oh, God.
Gross.
Jesus.
Now, and then, of course, just because I ran out of songs people would know, Rape Me by Nirvana.
That's just an obvious one. Rape Me by Nirvana. Wow. Very good. Go ahead, Sugar.
I have one that I actually love and listen to all the time, even though I know it's creepy. Fancy, Reba McEntire.
Oh yeah,
yes,
that one is
the mom
so
is turning
rapey.
out the daughter. She's hoeing her out, and that was like my little go-to song when I was little as a young homosexual. I was just like, "Fancy is my name."
I like so your favorite song when you were younger that helped you come to terms with your sexuality was about a parent turning out their daughter.
First of all, I didn't say it was all that to me, because that would have to be Dolly Parton, but yes.
Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
Dude, Fancy by Reba McEntire, that is one of Mama Judy's favorite songs of all time.
Was it the best?
It's
Mama
a great
Good thing you
song,
weren't
but
a girl.
creepy.
Good thing you weren't a girl.
She
Jake.
She did have a girl though.
I know she did.
Oh boy. Oh, is that what's your sister's name? Ashley?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, hi Ashley, because she's listening too. I'm sorry.
Okay,
At least your name's not fancy.
All right, so we're gonna change. We're gonna change the subject now. We've got Brittany Prater here. Hi, Britt. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so Holly, explain what happened to you today, and then that's gonna lead into Brittany's thing.
Okay, so there's this group on Facebook, and they're telling women to drop their addresses, and then they're dropping off these baskets. And these baskets are the cutest little things, anything you would need to brighten your day. Some have had liquor, some have had bottle of wines. I mean, I just finished my little tiny bottle of Moscato, and it's just a nice little thing that women are doing for each other
That's so
to brighten
cool.
their days.
That is really cool. Denny, go ahead.
My fiance told me about this, and I told her if you give anybody our address, we're going to have a problem. I don't feel comfortable with that.
This is my thing about this. Do you guys not remember when once a year they would put out this big book called a phone book, and it had everybody's phone number and their address in it?
Nobody remembers that.
Where you had to pay money to stay out of it. Everyone was in there.
Right.
They would extort you to keep money to keep your name out.
I still get the phone book, but it's just smaller and smaller every year.
I know, right? Same here. Gina, go ahead.
Denny, have you ever heard of the interwebs? Because I can find your address like right now.
Yeah, but like, I feel like with this, you're inviting people to come to your house, and that's
so what's the
No, people aren't like knocking and waiting for you to open the door. They're leaving the basket and going. So it's not like
it's super cute. Now, Brittany,
I don't like it.
What's the name of the group on Facebook?
It is Wine Fairies. Toledo. It's for Toledo and surrounding areas. So.
Wine Fairies Toledo is what we'd search, and we'd find it on Facebook.
It's actually not public right now. It's only invite only because it is just growing so fast. And
it's to keep guys like me out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you guys limit it to only women, correct? Because I'm pretty sure that's what she told me.
Yes, because it's so many women in there, and a lot of women do not feel comfortable with men being in there. So just respecting that and safety wise.
No, you're right. That's what it should be. Yeah.
How did you come up with the idea?
Honestly, I was in another group, and it was something kind of like it, but totally different. And they were from all over the place, and they were just gifting each other via Amazon gift cards, sending stuff by mail and stuff like that. So I just brought it here and did it here.
Do you have an issue with the regifting? So if someone gets a basket, are you just passing the basket on, or are you taking that stuff and then is an honor system to put another basket together, put different stuff in there to give to the next person?
Correct. Yep. Go buy different stuff and go gift a different person.
Go ahead, Tifel.
So, is there like I do the Reddit gift exchange every year on Christmas, and the way that works is somebody sends me a gift, and then I have to send somebody else, and I send somebody else a gift. Is there a structure to it that you guys have?
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. If somebody gifts you, yes, obviously the nice thing is go gift somebody back, but obviously it's not like that for all, and some don't have it like that to do it, which is totally fine too.
Mm-hmm.
But so if you can gift back, all gift to each other, that's just what it's all about, just giving to one another and making each other happy.
Do you think that this will continue once all this is over, or is it really just for this particular moment in time?
I am hoping it does. I have 2 jobs, and I started this whole thing, so I don't know how I'm going to keep up with it. I have plenty of people helping me, so as long as I get more people, we can keep it going.
Gina, go ahead.
One of the things, I do a lot of charity work, and I try to help out whenever I can. One of the things, reasons that I do it is because it makes me feel good. It's not like an altruistic thing where I do all this good stuff because I get something out of it, even if it's that feel good. And right now, this world is really depressing right now. Being at home, everything that's happening. I know I talked a little bit yesterday about my anxiety. So doing something like that, not getting, but just going and giving to somebody and just making somebody else's day can really lift your spirit. So if you're feeling down and you have a couple extra bucks, I highly recommend doing so. Even if you don't get involved in a group like Denny, if Ashley doesn't get involved in a group, go and do it for a neighbor or a friend or something like that.
Or me.
or any of us. Just to because it really does. It's not just about lifting the other person's spirits. It can lift yours too.
Brittany, it's interesting because like Gina, I do a ton of charity work, but I don't. It's very selfless as well. I can send you press releases of all the stuff I've done if you want. But no, but this is
So far today, we have him name dropping a celebrity he knows just to let everyone know he knows one. And then now we have him just talking his own charitable acts up.
I'm just kidding.
I have paperwork.
He doesn't even know all the charitable acts he doesn't remember.
This is my life. The center of attention has to be on him.
Go ahead, Holly.
Oh, and people, there was different things people were doing. They're not just giving alcohol. Like the one mom was pregnant and she got a gallon of lemonade and a baby toy. So people are being inclusive and thoughtful to not just put
And
a
it's
bottle of wine.
And it's something to look forward to. Putting this together is something you can do. It gives you time to do something when there's just so much downtime right now, right, Brittany?
Yeah, that's what I've gotten from everybody. Everybody's happy that they can get out of the house for a little bit, go out and do something. You don't have to be around anybody at all. Like, drop it off at their doorstep and go if you want. You don't have to be around anybody.
That's cool. Debbie, go ahead.
It's making them all feel good as well. So.
Right. Go ahead,
Yeah, one of the cool things that Ashley told me that looks like people had done in this group was was getting cleaning supplies for some people who weren't able to get them. So I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, I'm more than happy if she wants to do it for someone else and pick up some stuff and go drop some stuff off. More than happy to do that. I just didn't want her giving her address out on the internet.
Tiefel, go ahead.
Hey, Brittany, so completely unrelated to like trying to sneak into this group or anything.
Such a weirdo.
Would you buy me as a Gloria?
Yeah, I would.
What is that? What did he even say?
That's no.
He's a girl.
Gloria.
Yeah, Gloria would be his name.
All right, Gina,
Tiefl's gonna write a rapey song called Gloria after we get off the air.
Probably.
The bearded lady.
Go ahead, Gina.
Holly, I think she sent me a request to be in that group, but I actually declined it because we're a dry household and we don't do, because Stubbs is a recovering alcoholic. And so I was like, well, we don't really do alcohol. I did not realize that we were doing other things in there. So send me another request, please, because I would like to join and
it's fun
and get involved.
If somebody makes a mistake and brings you alcohol, I will come over and take it off your hands.
He'll help you.
I'll help you. I'll help you, Gina. I know where you
I
live.
would regift it. I would trade Colleen for some queso.
Yes, ma'am.
You're already owed the queso. You're paying more for the queso than you've already paid.
All right,
I know,
Brittany,
people. I'm aware.
I got to tell you, Brittany, this is a really cool idea. I love
it. It really is.
And then if people want to find it, what's it called again?
It's going to be Wine Fairies, Toledo, Ohio, and surrounding areas.
And then,
how about, since it's a private group, let's do this. If you want to be a part of the group, message the Andrew Z in the Morning Facebook page, and Holly can send you an invite because it's private, so they won't be able to search
be able
it.
to find it. Oh,
yeah.
How many people are in it, Britt?
Right now we have over 6,000. I still have plenty pending that I have to go through as well, but
and women only. Don't know you could use.
And let me just tell you, last night when I joined, there were 2.1. And now
I think that's a testament for our area and like how much we want to lift each other up. Like, I can promise you over half of those women are not worried about what they're going to get.
Right.
They're in it because they want to do this and they want to make somebody feel good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's cool. Well, thank you, Brittany. I appreciate Brittany Prater. Again, Toledo Wine Fairies. And if you want to be part of the group, then message us at the Andrew Z in the Morning page, and we'll get back to you.
Thank you. Prater.
Thank you.
Did I say it wrong?
Yeah, I think he said Prater.
Oh, Prater. Sorry, Brittany. All right, thank you, darling. All right, bye-bye.
Hi, Brittany.
Brittany Prater. That was really cool. I love that. I love that idea. All right.
I do too.
Final thoughts?
It's right up my alley for things to do. I love doing stuff like that.
Danny, go ahead.
I just wanted to bring this up real quick at the end of the show, and maybe we could bring it up at the beginning of the show because it might be something we might want to talk about more. But have you guys heard about the All In Challenge?
No.
There's this thing. No, it's not scary at all. There's a lot of celebrities and famous people and movie studios and you name it are auctioning off some really cool experiences, all to go towards COVID-19 relief.
That's cool.
There's over 100 of these things. You can, if you search it, I'll highlight some of the bigger ones. You can be in Jurassic World 3 and be eaten by a dinosaur.
Yes.
Justin Bieber will come to your house and sing you a song. You can meet the entire cast of Friends, and all it is a $10 donation. You get 10 entries into the sweepstakes and it's like each one is different things. So like you could go a walk on role in a Scorsese film with DiCaprio. There is being Kevin Hart's next movie. You can hang out with Drake. You could be on the Ellen DeGeneres show. You could run a lemonade stand with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Wait, whoa, what?
I'm very into that.
Right.
I choose that one.
You can do a keep up with the Kardashians lunch in Hollywood, a 1-day contract with the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, like I said, but maybe it's something that we want to talk about at the beginning of the show tomorrow, because there's literally over a 6-week paid internship with Rock Nation, be in the Celebrity NBA All-Star Game. So you Google search All In Challenge, because like what it is, celebrities are like, say like I get challenged by Andrew. Andrew does his thing, and then Andrew challenges me, and then I set up my thing that I'm doing, and then I will challenge Gina, and then Gina sets up her thing. So it's different celebrities are challenging each other. So I mean, maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow, but I wanted to bring that up so people can Google search it. Like I said, I went and bought a few entries and a few different ones last night, so I just wanted to bring that up today.
Very cool. Sugar, go ahead.
I just wanted to remind people, if you need disguises to sneak into the wine challenge as a man, go to the Hood, because that's where you'll get the best wig.
Thank you, Sugar. Jake,
you're welcome.
Jake, go ahead.
Oh, I was just tagging on to the all-in thing. I think one of the ones I saw that I was really into was you could be on Weekend Update on SNL.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How cool would that be?
One that people around here might be real interested in, I just scroll past it, is you can actually do the coin toss at the Michigan-Ohio State game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
God, they came up with some really good
I feel
ones.
like that's a dangerous one. You get a Michigan fan or Ohio State fan doing it, they're throwing it toward the... they're like sneaking in a fake coin.
Right. Exactly. Colleen, go ahead.
Is there a limit to how many people can buy a ticket?
Yeah. There's each of them have a different limit. You can some of them will have you can buy up to 200 entries into the drawing, and then everything else that you buy over that is just considered a donation.
All right, Colleen,
So
go ahead.
I have two things. Denny's final thoughts are never quick and easy.
Sorry.
Second thing is, since he brought up coronavirus, I have to mention this. WTOL reported that Lucas County is #1 in the state of Ohio for COVID deaths.
Ooh, congratulations, you guys. #1.
I was trying to bring up something positive about COVID.
I know, right? Okay, and then you have anything, Holly, before we go? You got to say hi to anyone? You got to do anything, or are we done?
We're going to say hi to Mama Judy. We got Ashley. We got Haley. We've got multiple Britneys.
Oh.
All kinds. Oh, yeah. There's, all them spellings. They all spell it differently. So you got to make sure you're inclusive, right?
Right, exactly.
But, yep, tonight was a good night, folks.
Go ahead, Wolf, quick.
Real quick, I gotta say happy birthday to Katie. She's having a birthday, so happy birthday, Katie. Ken, I'll see you tomorrow. And I got my podcast coming up on Saturday.
Sound check Saturday night, 8 to 11
Sound check Saturday night.
Look up Stephen Wolf. Thank you, Wolf. All right, for Chris Tiefel, Wolfman, Jake Dickey, Denny Crum, Holly Rupert, Colleen Z, Gina, and of course, Sugar Vermont. I'm Andrew Z. Thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Bye, everybody.
Hey, Wolfman, what is Katie having again?
Katie has her birthday.
Have fun, man. It was good seeing you today.
Hey, good seeing you, Chris.